There are organized excursions in season, and many do enjoy the sheer thrill with internationally applicable safety regulations. Leisurely treks and walks under the verdant forest cover suggest other tropical pleasures that are hard to match, perhaps even nights spent outdoors under the stars. Another spectacular outdoors encounter with nature is to be found in the generous expanse of more than 11,000 hectares of pristine rainforest. This is the world-famous and now declared World Heritage Site, the Singharaja Forest Reserve, with a multiplicity of attractions in flora and fauna, and with it a biodiversity which is nothing short of breathtaking. Scientists have identified literally hundreds of species that are endemic, and the search still goes on with the assurance of more discoveries. Singharaja is also the source of many of the rivers and waterways that furnish the agroeconomy of Sri Lanka with its lifeblood. No wonder that this is such a carefully conserved province, a natural wonderland that deserves to be kept whole and intact for posterity. Apart from Singharaja, Sri Lanka is also home to several wildlife parks, which too are open for tours by visitors. Few can remain unimpressed by the varied denizens of these jungle habitats, creatures small and great, some gentle and others occasionally ferocious. Imagine an encounter with the species of deer known as samba, which populates the montane areas, or even the somewhat more rare barking deer. Yala in the south, and also Bundala and Kumana, are the breeding grounds of no less than 50 migratory bird species, and in season is a veritable ornithologist's paradise. The late summer season brings visitors from near and far to view the majestic spectacle that coincides with the August full moon, the Asalaperahara in Kandy. This parade is conducted over a week within the precincts of the town of Kandy. Here is located the repository of the tooth relic of Prince Siddhartha, the Buddha, held sacred by devotees in Sri Lanka since the 4th century. Annually, the bejeweled casket which contains the relic is placed upon a magnificently caparisoned temple elephant, and, to the accompaniment of drums and the vigorous movement of hundreds of dancers in a celebratory gesture of goodwill and devotion, with attendant ceremonial chiefs and custodians and several dozen elephants in regalia, is conducted along the streets. millions watch in awe as the dazzling spectacle unfolds before their eyes. Yet another Hindu festival of Vel also takes the streets in that same season, and that too brings people of different communities and varied ethnicity to share in the generosity the event brings about among the people of our land. The deity's image is conducted with full ceremonial vigor in a splendidly crafted chariot, decorated with light amidst clouds of incense that wafts across the gathered throng. Similar festivals are also held in the southern city of Kataragama, where a Hindu deity, the potentate Skanda, captures the imagination and holds a lure to people of other religious backgrounds as well. This organic acceptance of each other's faiths, customs and beliefs is a part of the tolerant nature of the island people, and this has been the way of Lanka over ages of time and circumstance. In Sri Lanka, it is possible to turn back the pages of time, at least more conveniently than would be likely in many other nations and countries. Within a few hours of a comfortable travel, one reaches the north-central province, where one finds the ruined cities that date back to the 5th century of the pre-Christian era. Anuradhapura was the first governmental capital, which lasted thus for more than 1,000 years. For more than 20 years now, this ancient city and others nearby have been formed in a cultural triangle and nominated by UNESCO as World Heritage Sites, and justly so. Though in ruins now, the excavations and restorations done by archaeologists of our land and those from overseas have given evidence of the complexity of the society which habited these cities. The constructions and the facilities that were wrought by architects and artisans of those ancient times, and the sophistication with which they solved their problems in engineering and design, remain a cause of wonder and delight. In that age, these tall structures that reached skyward, beautifully shaped and constructed of millions of clay bricks, were among the few tallest man-made objects on the planet, and were sharing that honor with the great pyramids of Egypt. Clearly, this ancient city was also inextricably linked with Buddhism, and the many edifices and monuments confirm the royal patronage this philosophy was accorded when it was adopted by the king of Anuradhapura as the religion of state. Following upon his first-person encounter with Prince